We are doing a challenge today, slash like my everyday makeup routine. But my challenge is to do my makeup in under 20 minutes and we get the result. So can I do it under 20 minutes? Let's find out. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're just going to do a basic makeup routine. This is just a quick get ready with me. I decided to film this because this routine that I have is specifically for when I'm getting ready for work, when I'm getting ready for the day. It doesn't take very long, max maybe 20 minutes. We'll actually time it today and we will see how long it takes. I'm actually going to time it today. Can't believe I'm doing this. Starting a stopwatch, we're going to see how long it takes. But today we're just doing a basic foundation makeup routine that I use for everyday makeup. It is a professional makeup look and it's very everyday. So let's get into this video. The first thing, obviously, that I always put on my face is a primer. The one that I'm using today is an LYS Serum primer. This is in a project pan. I'm so close to being done with this. It's crazy. But I use a little bit of a gripping or a serum-y primer, and this just really adheres the makeup to your face. Now, typically, when I'm getting ready for work, I like to put on a concealer that is the same skin tone, and I will put this on my under eyes just to get rid of some of the, like, mom bags that I have. And the one that I have right now is also in my project pan. This is the L'Oreal Radiant Concealer. And I use this to hide some of my blemishes. This would be the time that you also put on like a color corrector. So actually today, I'm going to put on just a little bit of a color corrector because I'm looking a little blue right in here. And you just concentrate it on the areas that your blue, which is the salmony shade. Any salmony shade will help like color correct that. I just have an e.l.f. color corrector, and then I have a green e.l.f. color corrector. And this one is for red as well. So we're just going to put this in a couple of places where I have some blemishes, where my hyperpigmentation is getting a little bit out of hand, and I look like I'm colored. I tap this out, and typically I just use like my foundation brush to do this, and I tap it out. Whatever foundation that you put on is going to cover up any of the like color correction, but you can see it's already working. It's already getting some of like the blue there, and you don't have to use a color corrector. I'm just doing it today because I noticed I'm very blue and red in certain places. Next, I like to go in with a more like skin tinty foundation. It's a lot more flexible to work with and it's a little bit more sheer on the skin. I have the Super Stay. This is the 24-hour skin tint with vitamin C. It comes in a dropper and I literally just take the dropper like this and rub whatever product is on the outside of the dropper and put it on my face. I found that this is a really good technique only because it actually helps you disperse the product a little bit better and you don't get too much of it. And then I go in with my foundation brush and we just shear out the product, stamp it into my face, and this provides like a medium coverage. It's really pretty and it's like super dewy and glowy. But this is also a very skin-like foundation. If you're looking for like a really super affordable skin tint as well, Makeup Revolution makes one and it's like $5. It's so good. But we're using this one today. I did do like a whole Foundation Friday video with this, and I did like a whole wear test and application, so you guys can go check that out as well. But it'll tell you like how this lasts throughout the day. I love the Super Stay line. Like, it is one of my favorites. I just can't believe how much this skin tint is compared to some other skin tints that are on the market from the drugstore. But like buffing it into my face, isn't that just beautiful? Super natural, super clean. Like, it's so beautiful. And then if you want to go on and brighten your under eyes, I'm just going to use the Good Apple concealer. This was in a Sephora haul that I had. The shade that I have is Light 103. This is the first time I'm using it, actually. So I'm just going to dab. One dot, one dot, one dot, one dot. I do have a little bit of a blemish that we tried to hide, and then I am going to try brightening it because it's a little bit dark. We'll see how this shears out. So just a little dot, and it goes a long way. Some other really good concealers would be like the CoverGirl True Blend. I love the Urban Decay Quickie Concealer. Those ones are absolutely stunning. But I just wanted to use the good apple today because it's sitting on my vanity, and why not? I'm gonna set the under eyes with a powder. This is just the Maybelline Fit Me Press Powder, and I like taking this and I put it on the velour puff and I just tap this into my skin very, very lightly. And what this does is it sets down your makeup and use it and tap it in your problem areas. This just helps with the longevity of your makeup. Just make sure that you don't have like any creases in your makeup before you set it down. But it really just is a nice finishing powder. Always before I go in with like other powder products, like once I have my base down, I always spray. We're at 7 minutes and 34 seconds and we have the base down. We're going to put on just a little bit of bronzer, and this is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer that I am using today. You can use any bronzer that you want. I just use a large fluffy brush and apply this kind of generously all over the face where it looks like I've just been a little bit sun-kissed. And don't forget to bronze your ears as well because I mean, like, do you want your face bronzed and not your ears bronzed? Now, this is a step that you could skip if you don't really like the whole bronzy look, but I love bronzer. I think it adds something beautiful to my skin. And then obviously we're going to do blush and highlights. And the blush highlight duo that I have is just from Sigma Beauty. It's the Glisten and Glow Cheek Duo. You can use any blush. You can use any highlights. But this one is just a little bit of a brick red color. And I love it because it's perfect for like fall makeup and winter makeup. It just gives you a very flushed look. And this was like the Cold Girl makeup that I used quite a bit actually. And what I'm doing is I'm just putting it on the high points of my cheekbone right here. You're not bringing it down into the apple of the cheek. That tends to age me pretty well. Like if I put it right on the apple of my cheek, it doesn't really look right on me sometimes. It makes me look a little bit older, like sagged down. If you put it on the outer temples and on the outer cheekbone, it just draws your face up. We're just using a typical highlight brush. It's very fluffy. We're not concentrating the highlight in one spot. We're actually kind of diffusing it out so that the light will play around on my cheeks. And then I always highlight my nose and my Cupid's bow right there. It's just something very subtle, but you look like you've been kissed. You look like you have a little bit of something on your face. Brows. I like to use the Sephora. It is the Volumizing Fiber Brow Mascara, and I just like very gingerly comb this through my brows. This has fibers in it, so it's actually supposed to make your brows look thicker. And then because it's a mascara for your brows, it also sets them in place. Now for eyeshadow, on a basic day when I'm getting ready for work, when I'm doing a really quick makeup routine, I like using a liquid shadow. This one is called Game Over. It is from Ulta Beauty. This is a taupe shade, but you can pick any. I usually like using a neutral based liquid cream shadow. That way I can get like a good base going on my eyes, and then I just add a little bit of shimmer. So I put just a little bit on, I sheer it out on the lid with a brush, and then I do bring it down into the lower lash line as well. This brush lets me do it. The brush that I have is like a Luxie brush. Yeah, a Luxie 207 angled shading brush. I like this one because it's thin enough for me to be able to take it just a little bit into my lower lash line like so. Very neutral. Very like, it's not quite taupey, but not quite neutral. It's just like there. You could honestly stop here, put some mascara on, but if you're a person who likes sparkle like me, you might add in some sparkle. I have the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. This one has some great sparkles in it. I'm just going to pop one on the inner lid. I love like all these shades in here, but I want something super sparkly today. And I think we're going to use Muse, which is the very, very middle shade. And we're just going to pop this all over the lid to use like any sparkle at all. Or you could even just do the inner corner and make it a little bit dramatic, but literally just adding a little bit of sparkle in just it's beautiful. And if you wanted to add some like extra dimension, you could take some shades in here or you could just leave it. I'm just doing a very simple professional nude look today. We pop on mascara. I have the Maybelline Falsies mascara. This one's a good one. Like It makes your lashes look thick and fake. I think the mascara takes the longest, to be honest with you, because I just need to make sure that my lashes are like fanned and they look pretty. But the last thing that I like to do is put on a lip oil. And the lip oil just nourishes my lips. It makes them look juicy and full. Like I already had some on when I started filming, but we'll just put some more on. This is the NYX Fat Lip Drip Oil. I think I have the shade, yeah, Mist Call. I love this one. Honestly, like, it looks like a poppy pink, but like it's not. But I really like lip oils because they tend to just moisturize the lips and makes them look juicy. It's very like easy to use. You can't really mess up a lip oil. You could put a lip liner on, but honestly, I just use the lip oil and I like the way it makes my lips feel because they feel nourished and rejuvenated and they just feel better. So this basic makeup look, this basic like routine for work was under 16 minutes. It took me about 16 minutes to do this makeup. Isn't that crazy? This is just a quick, everyday makeup look that you can use to, get yourself ready for the day. Take 15 minutes. You can skip a step here and there. Maybe you don't want the highlight. Maybe you don't want the blush. Maybe you don't want the bronzer. Maybe you just want a little bit of something to cover your face. Maybe you don't want the color correctors. But this is basically like a 16-minute or less foundation makeup routine for everyday look that you can wear to the office, to work, and you look professional. You look a little bit more bright and poppy. I hope you guys like this video and I hope you consider subscribing for more content like this. I'm trying and thinking about bringing back more content like this where it's like maybe it's a challenge or maybe it's like today was under 20 minutes. Or, maybe we do a really beautiful like dramatic eyeshadow look and we only take 5 minutes, like 5 minutes versus 20. So if you guys want to see more challenges like that, leave me a comment down below. I hope you consider subscribing so that I can see you in my next video. Bye!